Good day, guys. Today, my session will be on how to manipulate Microsoft Word. And this is mainly for beginners. Beginners are the persons who would be learning how to type a document in Microsoft Word and how to edit it. Alright, but before I do that, I'm going to remind you to subscribe, like, share, comment, and watch the ads. Like I help you, I ask you to help me by watching the ads other than sharing and liking and commenting. So today we're going to be typing a snippet from the history of computer and we're going to be editing it. The first thing I want to show you, or to tell you rather, is that when you type a sentence, the first word in that sentence is automatically capitalized. If within that sentence you want another capital letter, you have to do it yourself. And you can do that by using the Shift key or the Caps Lock key. I'm going to show you when to use what. So I'm going to be typing the first thing from my snippet, which is the heading. And the heading is History of Computer. So I'm going to type history, and if you notice, I didn't type it in capital letter because, like I said, the first word is capitalized in a sentence, and it will become, this H will become capital after I press the space bar. See? So the next thing in that heading is of computer. Of, and I want computer in capital letters. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key and press the C. By the way, after each word you must put a space. And to get a space you have to press the space bar, which is the longest key on your keyboard. Why didn't I use the caps lock to get the capital letter just now? Because we know that we can use the Shift key and the caps lock to put it in capital letter, as I said before. Because I only wanted one capital letter, the Shift key is what we use when we just want one capital letter. If you wanted everything in capital letter, then you would turn on the caps lock, and when you are through, you would turn off the caps lock. So I'm going to continue to type the heading, computer. Yes, I know there are incorrect spelling, and purposely I will leave it there like that, just to show you how to correct it. I'm going to press enter, which I did just now, but why I did that was to go in a new line, because I'm going to type the paragraph, which is to be in a new line. So the paragraph is the history of the computer started 2,000 years ago with the abacus. And as I type, each time I type a word, I press the space bar. My sentence is complete, so I'm going to press a full stop and then a space. By the way, after every punctuation, you must put a space. So a space should come after each word and after each punctuation. I'm going to continue my paragraph. An abacus was a wooden rack containing rows of beads, full stop, space. Calculations were made by moving beads on the rack to the left or to the right. Alright, so the red lines mean that we have incorrect spelling. How do you go about correcting it? You would move your mouse pointer up to the word with the red line and then right click on the mouse and then left click on the correct word that should be there from the options that appears. So I'm going to move to the second word that is incorrectly spelled and do the same thing. Well, if you notice, the word that we want to use rather is not in this list. So we're going to click back in the section where we want to correct the correction and manually do it. So we're going to click at the end of the word because that's where the incorrect spelling is, and we're going to backspace because we're erasing characters to the back of the cursor. So when we press the backspace button once, it will remove the H, and then we can type the K to make the correction. By the way, if it is that we were making a correction that is to the right of the cursor, we would have pressed the delete key. Alright, so we're going to right click on right and then left click on the correction. So there you go, guys. That is how you make or correct. I don't know why it is still showing red, but this is how we spell rack. Let me see if I press space if it will make a difference. It did make a difference. Alright, it was still recording the error when it was, even after it was corrected. Alright, the next thing I want to show you how to do is to change the font. The font is a style of writing, and that you will find under a grouping under the Home tab or ribbon called Font. If you notice at the top, you will see several headings. Those headings are called tabs or ribbons. Home is highlighted because that's the one that is currently active. If you notice, the others are not highlighted. Alright, so under the Home tab, you have several groups. One called Clipboard, one called Font, one called Paragraph, one called Styles, one called Editing. We will be using the Font group. Anything to do with your font, you will find that under the Font group. We want to change the font, which is a style of writing. But before we can do that, and by the way, if you want to edit a document, whatever it is in the document you are editing, you have to highlight or block that area. We want to highlight everything. How do you highlight? You would click or move your mouse pointer at the beginning or to the beginning of the area you want to highlight, and then left click there. Then hold on the left mouse key and move your finger or the mouse pad to the right, then downwards because you want to select everything. After you have done that, you're going to look for the box with the writing in it. That's the box that has all the different styles of writing. When you click on the drop down arrow beside it, you will see a list of different styles of writing. We want to choose Times New Roman. That's the writing we want to use. It is in alphabetical order, so you'll have to scroll down to T to find Times New Roman. Once you have found it, you will click on it. Or you could have clicked on, press the T on your keyboard, and it will bring up all the fonts that begins with T, which is a shorter way of finding your font. Click. Now you will notice your font style has changed. We also want to change the size of the writing, which is your font size. But I only want to change the size of the heading. So I'm going to only highlight the heading. So I'm going to click in front of history or at the beginning of history. Hold down on the left mouse key and then move the arrow to the right. Then I'm going to click on the drop down arrow for the box with the number in it. The box with the number in it is what represents font size. If you notice, when I move my mouse pointer on it, the name of it came up. Any button at all you want or any icon you want, just move the mouse pointer on it and you will see the names of it, and you will do so until you have found the one that you want. Alright, so I'm going to click on that drop down arrow and I'm going to select size 18. Notice the size increased. Alright, the next thing I want to show you how to do is how to bold, underline, and put the heading in italics. Alright, so my heading is already blocked, so I'm going to go ahead and do those. The B represents bold, so we have to move the mouse pointer on it and click on it to bold it. Also, the U represents underline, so you'll have to click on that as well. And then the I represents italics, so if you want anything in italic, you will have to click on the I. And notice the change. It is darker because we click on the bold button. It has a line under it because we underline it, and it is slant because we put it in italics. The next thing I want to show you how to do is how to text highlight something, or to highlight the text in a particular color, then how to change the color of the font. Where my mouse pointer is, which is under the same font grouping, you will see that it represents text highlight color. If you click on the drop down arrow, you will see a color palette. I want the text to be highlighted with yellow, so I'm going to click on yellow. There you go. I'm going to block back the text and then change the font color, which is the same, well, the button beside the text highlight color button. It is an A with a red line under it. When I click on the drop down arrow, I will see a color palette as well. This time I want you to go under the standard colors and select the font color blue. If you run the mouse pointer on the colors, you will see the name of it appears. This is light blue, but I want blue, so I'm going to move until I have found blue. There you go. That one is blue, so I'm going to click on blue. So guys, you know how to bold, underline, put something in italics. You know how to change the font size and the font color, the font itself, as well as how to text highlight a particular area in your document. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to remind you to subscribe, like, share, comment, and remember to watch the ads. Please share it, especially with those beginners. Thank you guys.